Hey, it's Marcus Washington, MTC Media. So UVA bounced back from losses to Tennessee and to St. John's and blowout losses to both with a 74-65 win over Manhattan. And here are my takeaways from that. First of all, early in the game, Virginia made sure that Blake Buchanan was touching the ball. First half, he was 4 for 4, 8 points. He ended up being 11 points, 5 rebounds for the game. And this is for UVA. Having that touch is important. It can't just be measured by shot attempts, but touch. Let Buchanan touch the ball. Let him facilitate from those touches, and then see if that opens up the perimeter a little bit more as far as driving lanes, not always necessarily a kick out into a catch and shoot three. But for UVA, I think it's very, very important to have those driving lanes also, which goes into my next takeaway, which was the 54% shooting from the field. 42 of UVA's 74 points came in the lane. And that's what I'm saying about getting paint touches, breaking it down. Virginia is one of those teams that in an era where you see so much outside in play, that they are still inside out. Now, the difference is back in the 80s, inside out really meant that I threw it in the post. I had a big who was above average, and then everyone collapses, and then I kick out. And in today's day and age, points in the paint are important because it also illustrates getting 2 feet in the paint. Getting 2 feet in the paint from a drive or from a stick back and various things, not just throwing the ball in the paint. And once Virginia does that, then the outside does open. And then to me, they take a comfortable amount of threes. They were 6 for 14 from 3-point range. And I think that between 14 and 18 3-point attempts is good for Virginia. It doesn't mean that they can't win if they shoot 25 of them. I'm not saying that. Because if that 25 comes in rhythm because they really have it going, then that's different. So it's not always just looking at the number naked. It's looking at the number in context. For this game, I thought that 14 was great. And by the way, Virginia had a season high 38 points in the first half. Last but not least, the freshman Kofi. 5 for 7 from the field, finished with 10 points and 5 rebounds. And when Sanchez goes to that pick and roll continuity, where Kofi is one of the guys who is setting the screens and he's getting downhill into space, that doesn't always mean all the way to the block, but he gets downhill into space. It allows one dribble into the lane. It allows one dribble to the front of the rim. And that opens up. He has other parts of his game, no doubt about it. But that opens him up. It gives him confidence. It helps his shooting percentage goes up. And then the other parts of his game, being able to put the ball on the floor and beat you off the draw. All that stuff opens up. What I would like to see is Elijah Saunders do that a lot more. Not to say that Saunders can't stretch out to the 3-point line. I just think in this situation with where this offense is now, it would help a little bit if he would come have more touches inside, get it going early, and then stretch out. So those are my takeaways from UVA's win over Manhattan's. Marcus Washington, MTC.